Hi lovelies, or welcome if you're new here, I'm Linz. So this is one of my really weird random chitty chats and we are in the jungle. No, we're not in the jungle. We're in a little plantation type forestry thing that I like to come to just to chill out. The birds aren't as lively today as I was expecting. There is a little bit of tractor noise going on in a field. It sounds quite close, but it's not. It's a bit away, but it's not bothering me at all. I'm used to hearing tractors. I can't, unfortunately, the lighting's terrible, my foundation's terrible, but who gives a monkeys, because, we're out. It's not raining, which is a bloody big plus here in Ireland. In fact, it's actually quite mild. Now, I am wearing a hoodie and stuff like that. I've been for a little bit of a gander, and I've been listening to some, tunes on the old headphones, taking a few pictures of, it's kind of what I like to do to relax. I'd like to go out and take sort of a landscape type pictures, nature pictures. I prefer taking pictures of nature and things like that than I do people, because with nature there's no falseness, there's nothing fake, when you're out and you're taking pictures of everything lovely that's going on in the natural world. Where with people, you get the camera out and, they're posing for the camera, they're doing weird stuff. And so if I am asked to do photos and things like that for events and stuff, what I like to do is try and catch people sort of off guard when they're just in the middle of doing their normal type thing, or they're in the middle of a conversation, or bits and pieces like that. And that's the type of photography I like to do. Sounds a bit wrong, doesn't it? I like to take photos of people off guard. Not in that way, I can promise. So if you haven't already, lovelies, put me on pause. My lead for my microphone's getting wrapped around everything. And obviously I haven't just made this, I've brought it with me. It's about half gone at this stage, but brilliant cup these. They're called the Easy Go. Let's see, they're leak proof and they stay hot for, around 8 odd hours. This isn't promoted or anything like that, but it's called Easy Go and it's by Whirly Drink Works. So I just thought I'd point that out, because me and this cup live together. We literally, it's attached to me. Like, obviously that isn't the sticker it came with. If you've got things like, I got this one in a Circle K filling station, like a petrol station place, and it had the logo on of Circle K and things like that, but it comes off really easy. Just be careful not to use anything too abrasive, because it will mark up your cup. Told you this was going to be bloody random, didn't I? So, what I'd like to touch base on today, lovelies, is a little bit of where we are in the world at the moment. Well, obviously I'm in the middle of a forest. There is, not too far away from me there, a little sort of like farmyard track. I do have permission to be here because, they're all kind of my neighbours in a way, even though they're scattered 5-6 miles around. We all know each other, So nobody's going to come and tell me off for sitting on a stump of a tree, actually, that I found. So I was quite happy there. So let's see what's been going on. I've been out. I've done some shopping for the first time. Strange experience after being in what was classed as cocooning, isolation for 4 odd months, to going out by myself to a supermarket for the first time, to like a cheap shop for the first time. I had a rather strange experience with the cheap shop. There was this ignorant prat of a guy, and he kept literally coming, and he was standing there to me, and I said to him, I was masked up, everything, obviously, because that's the advice I've been given to do. The first time I just said very politely to him, I'm really sorry, but can you just keep your distance a little bit, please? I'm high risk. He mumbled something out of him. I couldn't tell you what it was. You know, this guy was about 6 foot tall and fairly built, well dressed. Do you know, that kind of way? And I mean well dressed. There was no Primark pennies clothes going on there at all. And I'm in Deals, or what's known as Poundland if you're in the UK. So that was grand. We have this system here at the moment in the likes of our, you know, Deals, or as Poundland would use over in the UK, where it's kind of one way. And you have to go up and down every bloody aisle, which I didn't want to do, because then obviously you kind of spot things and you pick up more. But I was going quite fast, I was quite anxious, stuff like that. The next thing is then this bloody idiot is, you know, kind of in my face again. And I'm like, I'm sorry, mate, you know, I have already said to you, I'm high risk. I'd appreciate if you could kind of like move, basically. And sorry is what I got back out of him. Basically it was sorry, but it was under his breath. You know, he wasn't wearing a mask or anything like that. Didn't really look like he gave two fucks about what was going on in the world. So that was fine. I moved round, ended up in the bloody food aisle, which I never normally bother with, apart from to pick up maybe some biscuits or something like that. And I was having a random nose, you know, not taking it too slow. Next thing is, he literally pushed in against me with his arm to pick up some fucking Norstock cubes off the shelf. Well, that was it. I lost my... No, I've already swore quite a few times. I lost my shit, basically. And I just turned around to him and I glared at him straight on, face to face. Now, he was here, so that's not fucking social distancing, is it? And I glared at him. I said, get the fuck out of my face. My eyes said it all. Couldn't see what was going on here, obviously, because I was masked up. Needless to say, he fucked off then. Because if he hadn't, then I probably would have got arrested. For, I don't know, hitting him with a twirly whirly or something in the middle of Deals. But yeah, lovelies. So that was my experience with the pound shop. Needless to say, it got me rolled up. I did want to attempt to go into somewhere like, it used to be called Heaton's. I now think it's called Brand Max, or, you know, Sports World or something along them lines. I wanted to go in there just to see, could I pick something up that I'd been wanting. And after I got to the checkout, all the staff and everything, when they were lovely, I went back out to my car, you know, everything like that. And I went, no, I need to go home now, because I did panic a little bit. And that's more because I know my, you know, I know where my safety's at, and I know where my health's at, and I'm not, you know, in a position to be taking chances like that with fucking idiots. But a few days later then, I went to my local Aldi and my Tesco, which is, well, it's a 30 to 40 minute drive away from where I live. Like, as you can probably tell, I live very rural kind of thing in Ireland. There is like a road out the front of my house, but that's it. Like, we don't have any immediate neighbours or anything like that. Very, very lucky in that sense to live where I live, do you know, that kind of way. And I do love it here, I really do. I love my isolation in a way. I'm not that social butterfly type person, and that's probably why moths are more attracted to me than butterflies would be. If you've watched a few of these before, I think I've done one about my moths. If not, you might have seen it over on my Instagram. Yeah, I'm not really sure what it is, but I have a really special connection with moths. And it's to do with, my first encounter with one was the night my granddad died. And which is actually, yeah, his anniversary's near. But it's a long time ago now, and we were very, very close. He was the main type of father figure to me growing up for a lot of years, until my stepdad, you know, kind of stood up to the mark and married my mother and took on the three of us. There's me, my brother and my sister here anyway, and then, you know, we've got sort of like half sisters and stuff and half brothers and stuff all over the place. Complicated family we do have. I've got like adopted brothers and sisters as well, and as I said, it's a complicated one, and I don't really like going into too much of my family kind of stuff on here, do you know, but you get the gist. I'm sure we've all got complicated lives, we've all got complicated families, haven't we, guys? But yeah, so where was I? What was the bloody point? Don't know. Completely lost now. Nope, it's gone out of my head. There's the brain fog kicking in for you. I'm off on one story and then it just completely goes. Anyway, I think I was actually trying to explain about going out to Aldi and stuff and how I liked, yes, that was it. And how I like my solitude, my isolation. I could never ever imagine myself living in a town or a city or an estate or even a house, you know, that had neighbours really to that effect. No, in fact, I know I wouldn't. I can find it really stressful. This is before any of this. Just going to one of the bigger towns here for, you know, like a day shopping and lunch and things like that, because it's just not my scene. I've never been one of them ones to go clubbing or any of that. In fact, I absolutely hate discos or clubs or anything like that with a passion. Too many people, I just can't do it. You know, even years ago, I was never that person. I like a nice little pub, bit of, you know, bit of fucking food or something like that. I do enjoy a good restaurant. But then equally, if I was at the beach or at the seaside or somewhere like that, I'd be quite happy with some fish and chips. Do you know? Remember when they used to come and they were wrapped up in proper newspaper, and you'd get them in like the cone and you had your chips in. I don't think they can do that anymore for ink reasons or something, but I'm still here by chance, but I miss that, yeah. And that reminds me of going to places like Scarborough and things like that, and, you know, up with my grandparents and things like that for day trips to visit some of my family and things. So if somebody's watching, they're very near Scarborough, I think, at the moment. So that's just what, you know, she'll understand if she gets time to watch. She's an extremely busy woman. But so yeah, and then you used to get these huge pickled onions, and I remember these pickled onions, and I've got a thing anyway about things like pickles. I could sit and eat a jar of pickled onions, which is probably not really that good for me, but the sweet silver-skinned pickled onions, anybody else? And I used to be that bad, I used to drink the bloody vinegar as well. And very hard to get here, but cockles, they're like, you used to get them by the beach and when you went to the seaside. I don't know if you still do, so anyone knows, let me know. But every so often, especially if I go up to the northern part of Ireland, which is classed as part of the UK, in places like Asda and stuff like that, you can still get the pickled cockles. So Asda, you know, going over the border to get to a town like that for me is just over an hour away. So I haven't been up now in maybe 2 odd years, maybe longer. But yeah, if you're getting back to it, you could get like a jar of the pickled cockles in the thing, and I absolutely adore them. They're one of my favourite things. I would say I'm more of a savoury type food person than I would be a sweetie type person, you know. The odd bit of chocolate, not much. I would prefer something like some crisps, or, you know, I don't know, look at the way the sun's just come out from somewhere behind me there, making me look like a fucking angel. I'm definitely no angel. It's making me look bold. But anyway, so yeah, you know, like food and stuff like that, there's little bits and pieces I miss that I used to get over in England and stuff, or I used to be able to get when I used to cross over the border up into Northern Ireland. But yeah, that's that. We're getting back to, like, as I said, oh, we've got something moving. I just really hope it's not a wild boar. It could be a deer, actually. We get deer around here. Or it could just be something like a rabbit. If I just suddenly disappear, then I've just been taken out by a fucking hog. But But yes, getting back to sort of like the daily, sorry guys, I've just gone around in circles. What the hell is going on? I can't do anything about the sun. I am liking it though. The getting back to sort of like going out again to do your weekly bits and pieces, especially if you've any type of debilitating illness or things like that. It is fucking scary, lovelies. It really is. And it's the anxiety of going back into social circles again. Nah, mate. Sorry. Yeah, I will literally go and do like supermarket sweep, trolley dash to get my shopping and stuff like that. And anybody gets in my way, I'm just going to run them over from now on. Accident report, what happened? Mad woman with mask runs over God knows what in Aldi. But fucking hell. But yeah, lovelies, sorry, there's an awful lot of swearing in this. Easy knowing that I'm just out and being free and being me. But I think it's very important as well to understand that disability doesn't always have a face, so to speak. You know, I mean, there's a lot of people that suffer severely with things like mental health problems, you know, anxiety conditions and stuff, that you would never know by looking at them there's anything wrong with them, and they're on the, you know, they're classed as disabled in a sense. There's a lot of things like you can look at me now and you wouldn't guess for 2 minutes there was anything wrong with me, unless you've watched, you know, my Chitty Chat health video. Then you'll know what goes on with me to a point, the point that I tell you, you know. I'm very, very good at not really giving a shit, to be honest. You know, I don't let too many, no, we don't want you, thank you. But I'm very, very good at kind of, something's going on, oh yeah, right, whatever, great. And nothing really goes in there, you know. I only remember things that are important to me. Like if somebody says to me, oh, remember I was telling you about, I don't know, the cat up the street. I weren't listening because I wasn't interested. It's the same way as when I learn new things. I love learning. I love knowledge, but it has to be something I'm interested in. Because if I'm not interested in something, then I won't learn it. You know, you could tell me a million times, you could show me a million times. It won't stay in my brain, because if I'm not interested in it, my brain doesn't see the point of keeping it in there. You know, I'm an extremely, extremely observant person. I pick up on the strangest things. I pick up on, well, absolutely everything. So that in a way can mess with my brain sometimes, I think, because, you know, it's a bit like when you get a feeling about something and you're just maybe not 100% sure, but if that feeling's telling you not to do whatever it is, or maybe not to trust somebody or not to trust a certain situation, then don't do it, right? Because normally there is a really, really good reason why your body is telling you something's wrong. Your mind is going, the warning signs are on, but maybe you're not listening. So make sure to listen to them. You know, if there are things, especially now, a lot of people are suffering with what is classed as social anxiety, and I can guarantee this is probably a situation that is going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better, where they've been stuck in the house for so long. You know, they might have a certain illness or something like that, or might not even have anything, but they are absolutely crapping themselves now about going out again. And I don't blame you if you're one of them people and you're watching this, because it's scary, it's a bit frightening. You're not knowing what to expect when you go out into the world. And yeah, basically for me now, you know, things like shopping trips and stuff like that are going to be very few and far between for me, because I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable at all. I'm happier here, sat in the middle of the jungle forest, on my own. I do have my my Beats headset there, because I will sit here after I've, you know, filmed this with you. So I've already been for a little bit of a ramble, but I will sit here for another little while, maybe not even with the headphones in, maybe just listening to the birds and just taking some more pictures of, yeah, some fabulous things that are going on. And I really want to go over and investigate what's making such a rumble in a wee bit of a bush somewhere over there. So hopefully I won't fall down any rabbit holes. I'm small enough. But I want to say, lovelies, if you've made it this far, thanks very much for watching. And, you know, I've enjoyed this, bringing you up here. I bought this little aluminium portable tripod now that I'm just going to pop into the car and maybe hopefully bring you out a little bit more from time to time. It's random, innit? Yeah, what I talk about. So, yeah, but we have got, I think we've got some important issues in there as well, with like the going out and stuff again. And, oh, what's going to be the new normal now? Your guess is as good as mine. My new normal is not really too far away at the moment from what my life was like anyway. You know, apart from I didn't have that fear factor of I was going to catch some poxy virus that sounds like, you know, a lager or a beer or whatever it is that I really don't like. Yeah, death by lager sounding virus. Probably bloody would as well, because as I said, I don't like it, but I've got a little bird that's just sat on a perch over there, and he's been watching me for the last little while. So if you're wondering why I keep looking over there, that's why. Right, I think he's a blackbird. He's not close, but he's there and he's watching. But that's that. Anyway, I'm going off to be bedazzled by whatever and carry on getting bit to death by midges, because I forgot to bring my jungle formula. Really good one for bitey insects and things like that. So, and why my tea's still hot. I'm going to finish off drinking that. So, lovelies, let me know, do you want to see more of my little random chitty chats in random places? Let me know down below and I shall see what I can do on that score. Lovelies, please, you know, take care, okay? Stay safe. Oh, just please think of yourselves as well. You know, just reevaluate maybe a few things. Reevaluating's done me the world of good over the last couple of months on things I like and things I don't like in life, things I want to change in life, and that's a different video. That's going to be sort of like, I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but that's a different video for another chitty chat. A lot of you have requested that I do more chitty chats. I don't really know what you want me to talk about, lovelies. Drop me some suggestions down in the comments. But please, take care, okay? Stay safe, keep your social distancing, respect other people's personal space. Make sure and look after yourselves, and make sure and look after your mental health as well, because it is extremely, extremely important. So I'm going to say bye for now, lovelies, and I shall talk to you all very, very soon in one of my next videos or one of my next chitty chats. Bye for now, take care.